So hello everyone, my name is Nina Arnberg and I am a proud educator at Menlo School in Atherton. We are a middle and high school and I teach in the high school. I also have the great pleasure of directing our MBEST program, which empowers our amazing girls in STEM, and I'm so grateful to be here with Itzel and Sarah. Itzel, please introduce yourself.
Um, my my name is Itzel, and I go to Menlo School, and I'm currently a freshman at Menlo School.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm an engineering duty officer in the Navy and I'm a mentor for Magic.
Excellent. Thanks, everyone. First of all, I want to take a moment to really congratulate you, both Itzel and Sarah. I have been lucky enough to see a number of students go through this program, and I'm always just so emotional at the end of it. I'm so proud of you guys. I know that you're so capable, so curious, so amazing. The mentors are incredible. They come in and support you and help you fly. And I just want to take a moment to really congratulate you. It seems like you've had an incredible time working closely together, and it's all listening to your presentation today. Just completely, just so proud of you. So proud of you. So I hope that you're proud of yourself as well. So congratulations on a really nice magic mentorship program this spring.
Thank you.
So with that, I'd love to ask some questions, mostly of Itzel and some of you, Sarah, if that's okay. Itzel, I've had the privilege of kind of being on this journey with you because I have the great pleasure of seeing you in the classroom and asking you questions, and I know how curious you are. And I know you were really into the superconductors. I know when we came on campus, you're like, okay, liquid nitrogen, how do we get this set up? And just like any project that any one of us has done in life, there are some limitations, right? Constraints, time, access, budget, all those sorts of things. So I'm really proud of you for having that motivation and wanting to build your levitating skateboard, and then pretty seamlessly like adjusting and scoping out like sort of what can I do next. Can you talk to us a little bit about that sort of, how did you transition? What was the moment for you that transitioned from what you wanted to do to more of the scope of the work that you worked on?
So first, I wanted to make my skateboard, but then I learned about superconducting magnets and things. So then from there, I just try to improvise. Just keep on going, trying to improvise with my project, and superconducting magnets. It has the word magnets in there, so I went to magnets, and then from magnets, I ran into LEDs trying to create power. So then from there, I try to make chemical power, and I just kept improvising. So chemical power, LEDs, and then from there, it went on to my project, which is my 3x3 LED cube. And then since I saw that I could actually make this and something that I'm interested in, I could make it. So then I said, okay, I can finally make something I want to do. So and then when I stepped back, I was like, whoa, how did I go from superconductors to an LED cube? So yeah, just kept improvising, I guess.
Yeah, keep improvising, right? And that flexibility. I mean, we've sort of all had to do that in these COVID times. What we expected to have for freshman year, what would that be like? Or being in a mentorship program, we've had to pivot. And it's the same when you're working on a project. So it's great that you've had this experience and exposure during your freshman year, because you can take that experience with you throughout the rest of your time at Menlo and beyond. Um, I love the thought of thinking critically about videos that you watch. You talked about YouTube as a great resource for all of us, and what's not on YouTube, right? But I love the piece of sort of thinking critically through what is it that I'm seeing, and whether that's in print or something you read online or a video that you see, thinking about, is this possible? And that's a skill that science teachers, we want to teach our students, but I think all educators want to teach our young people. Is there something specific about how you thought critically through the video that you were talking about during your presentation that you will take with you and maybe apply to other videos or other content that you get online?
Yeah, so at first I thought it was real, but then you have to like look at the video and just like analyze it once or twice, and then from there just try to see, okay, is this something I can apply in real life and I can actually make? And just using all those concepts that we learn in science, or like um you get life experiences, so, and then also read the comments as well to make sure it's actually real. But and if I wasn't sure, so I also went on Google, and from there I just credibility, I guess, is what you need. So I'm definitely going to make sure if the next video is credible, and of course read the comments just to make sure it's real. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And yeah, there are definitely some content providers that you can sort of vet. And if you know that they're providing sort of fact-based, science-based videos, it's also kind of fun to do kind of a debunking of videos. So that might be something that you could think about, is how do you think through and debunk something like that, and really give it some meat and some science to it. I've got one more question for you, Itzel, and then I'd love to ask Sarah a question. You mentioned that you asked for a soldering kit for Christmas. Was that something that you wanted to have and were thinking about projects anyway outside of magic? And what projects did you have in mind, or did you just want to learn how to solder as a tool and then think of projects later?
I really, really wanted a soldering kit because before getting the kit, I always um broke toys basically and wanted to see like the uh electrical and the circuits to the toys and how they worked, and always really curious. So I kind of took some of my brother's toys and try to open them up. And when I got my soldering kit, the first thing I made was a portable charger. So uh I took like an Altoids box,
Mhm.
and I took it apart, and also got one of those car USB chargers and took it apart and made my portable charger, and that was the first one I made. And then from there ideas just started coming up, and yeah, and then I got to my 3x3 cube. So yeah, that was fun.
Excellent. Yeah, a fun toy to be able to play with now. Lots of different applications and uses for it. And I love that you took the initiative to learn something like soldering, which is not something that people just pick up, you know. And you mentioned learning the safety aspects of how to use it as well. So you're definitely ready to go down to Whitaker Lab and dabble with all the toys we have down there. Um, Sarah, you mentioned that you've been with Magic an incredible 10 years, and we're so grateful to our mentors, because without the mentors, we can't provide this opportunity. We can't connect these amazing students to mentors like you. How has being part of the Magic program informed what you do, how you think critically through the day to day of what you do, and also how you maybe manage people on your team?
Wow, that is a great question. I like what I love about it is just always learning, and also meeting people where they are. I think trying to find out what they want to do, and I think that's what the beauty of magic is that and I kind of and what I bring because I have to reference the books as well. I have to go back to my electrical engineering, and really, I'm not so much of a coder, so we learn together with my mentee most of the time. But we also share the kind of things that I do in my day-to-day job, which is time management, like kind of stakeholder management, if that makes sense, and knowing that real life is more like magic than it is like school almost, if that makes sense. Like, real life isn't a test, it's a project, and also working with other people and communicating what your project is. And so um, that's what helps me a lot, is like going back and forth and being able to bring the lessons that I learned from doing that kinds of things at work to the mentees. And also I think being able to work through failure is also an important thing, and to define your own success, if that makes sense too, to kind of scope things out and know where you want to get to in the end, but maybe like taking a different paths to get there, and everything being okay, because the most important part is that you're learning and that you want to have fun doing it.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. And I see that, as someone, as an educator that sees the students from, the beginning, middle, and end and beyond, it's such a transformative experience because school is great. It gives you the foundation and the tools and the thinking. And you're right, we've got tests and we've got multiple choice and we've got some projects, but really engaging in a project that the student themselves has ownership over because it's an idea that they've had, and that the mentor helps with their perspective and their expertise, helps them to discover, oh, what's actually the scope of my project? How do I troubleshoot? What things do I need? How do I ask for what I need? How do I collaborate and communicate? Is really just the value of a program like Magic, and the value of connecting an incredible student like Itzel person to an incredible mentor like you, Sarah. So I just want to congratulate you both on a great session together, and want to thank you for your time today, and can't wait to see what Itzel does in the future.
Me too.